So very briefly, I've seen your video on the GT-R.
Yep.
Very excited, by the way. Now, I've actually got something big, powerful, and German that fits in your criteria that you need to come and see.
I'll come down there. You give me an hour and a half.
Done. Okay. I'll be out the front waiting.
I knew it was going to be this. I knew it was going to be this, but how good does this look?
Let me introduce you to the BMW M5 Competition.
It's a comp.
It's a comp. It's a full comp in black, and she's a honey.
And how much is this?
Honey. New 96.
Okay.
This is 12 months old.
Yeah.
As of today, she's 64.
64.
64.
So it's $1,000 more than what I paid for that.
Grand more, 2 more gears.
You're starting already. All I kind of want to do this year.
You can waft to the track, go full-blown track, annihilate everything, and then waft home in your 8ZF transmission gearbox.
This, to me, is the benchmark of performance cars, and that's what I wanted to do this year. And you've basically just gone, no, it isn't.
No,
this is.
I disagree.
I can't believe that this is the same price as that. This
Grand
is a
cheaper.
17.
19, 2 years manufacturer's warranty, 600 plus brake.
So this
660.
This started out more expensive than that, like at least $15,000 more expensive than that.
This may have depreciated slightly, yeah, but you know, it's COVID times.
I'm starting already.
COVID times.
But I'm going to drive this.
You're going to drive this, we're going to let you
I'm
loosen
going
it.
to compare this to that and work out
Main differences.
the main differences.
I think you're going to be blown away by this. Sound deadening, comfort, but then when you put it in, okay, ring my neck mode,
2020 RS6 just
Archie.
flat out. Okay, cool.
I think you're going to fall in love with it.
Give me the keys to this. Give me the front plate to that. And we'll go. The M5 Comp has a 4.4 litre twin-turboed V8 that produces 616 brake horsepower. The GT-R only has 560 brake horsepower. And when you look at how heavy the GT-R is, at 1,700 kilos, that power to weight ratio doesn't cut it in 2020 anymore. Inside the M5, I've got a plethora of technologies and modern touchscreens and all sorts. I mean, even this digital dash up here is years, if not decades, ahead of the Nissan GT-R. And whilst the GT-R in perfect conditions can produce a sub 3 second 0 to 60 launch, the M5 isn't far behind with a 3.2, 3.3 time. On a day-to-day basis, just driving around Chelmsford, the M5 has got a much more sedate feel around it. The steering is light, it feels connected to the front wheels. The GT-R loses a little bit of steering feel and confidence when you're driving it around town. This having so many more gears than the GT-R as well means that you're never having an intrusive sound into the interior cabin of the M5, whereas in the GT-R, there's something a little bit archaic about the way that the gearbox works and all of a sudden shunts you down to second gear to be like, come on, why aren't you driving me fast? So whilst we're driving around the town, I think the M5 kind of wins. That car kind of wins in terms of the ultimate daily driver. But I found this on the web. Nope. Shut up, watch. The M5 around town, I think, ticks more boxes. It's got 4 doors, which to me, I don't necessarily need, but it's more practical. However, I think what we will find is the GT-R can kind of one-up the M5 Comp as soon as we get to some more fun B-roads. do think what BMW have made is the best super saloon ever. It's 4 doors. As Tony said, it's about 4 cars in one. It's got supercar performance, and then as soon as you start getting into the tuning mods, we've all seen those car wow videos and what Evolve can do. Even with a simple remap, these cars become absolute animals. And yes, the E63 Saloon is a great car in some ways, more of an animal. This is much more clinical. That's what the GT-R was set out to do. It was set out to be this supercar killer that had clinical mechanical physics that meant that you were able to take it to a track day, hammer anything that was 100 grand plus. And really, my task this year of finding the ultimate £100,000 sports car, it really starts here. Where I think the Nissan GT-R sets the benchmark is it's such a variety of price ranges, because if you have £30,000 to £40,000 to spend, a Nissan GT-R is going to be an option. If you have £90,000 to £100,000, a Nissan GT-R is still going to be an option. This is a £65,000 M5 Competition, but if you want a newer one, or if you want a one with more toys on it, it's 100 grand. So if you're looking at spending 40 grand, you might want a 2009, 2010 pre-facelift Nissan GT-R. If you've got 90 grand to spend, go to Saxton's. They've got a track edition, brand new Nissan GT-R, which has got Nismo suspension, wheels, but is still as pretty usable on a day-to-day basis. That's why the GT-R is where it is on the channel for this year. But don't get me wrong, the M5 Competition is better than the GT-R in most ways. I do think there's something endearing about the GT-R though. When you really push on and you hear everything working underneath you and all around you, that you do lose in the M5 Comp. I cannot believe that a 2019 M5 Competition is now the same price as a 2017 Nissan GT-R. It's around 15,000 miles in that, around 6 in that, and has all of the bells and whistles. So I know on those roads that I just tested, the M5 is an all-round car, ticks more boxes, it's better in every way. As a comfy cruiser, as a daily driver, everything's more practical in that, and everything works better. But my heart is pulling me towards that. And if I had the chunk of money to buy either, I mean, I bought that, so that's my answer. But that is such a good car. And then you think 2019, it's still got the manufacturer's warranty. Yes, it's probably got a little bit more depreciation to do. Is this going to depreciate? Yes. Don't think you're going to avoid that with either of these cars. But when it comes to a benchmark in performance car, that, I think, is the better car suited to the job. So whilst Dan has done an amazing job at finding an M5 Comp at the same money as that, the GT-R is still the ultimate when it comes down to it. I think as a daily driver, as a super saloon, as a comfy cruiser, as a day-to-day car, that's way better. And value for money wise, you'd have that every single time. But on the Supercars of London YouTube channel in 2021, when this is going to be setting the benchmark for what we're going to be testing, the GT-R is the one that obviously I'm going to be driving home because it's the one that I own. But okay, I'm a little bit biased, but the GT-R to me is my favourite. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Leave a comment in the comment description as to which one you would take and what car you want to see me test against the GT-R. Sub 100 grand, we're here to find the best performance sports car for £100,000 on the Supercars of London YouTube channel. I will see you soon. Take care, guys. Goodbye.